Good day everyone, I am Angelo Sangabol, your future educator from Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, Section B. So for today's video, I will be going to discuss the 14 classifications of disabilities under IDEA. So let us start with intellectual disability. The intellectual disability is a term used when there are limits to a person's ability to learn at an expected level of function in daily life. Levels of intellectual disability vary greatly in children, and I think that the best strategies to use to help students' condition is to use small steps, modify teaching to be more hands-on, think visual, use baby steps, incorporate more physical learning experiences, start sa feedback book or charge, encourage music in the classroom, and lastly, provide visual stimulus. The next one is the condition of deaf and blindness. The deaf and blindness is a rare condition in which our individual has combined hearing and vision loss, thus limiting access to both auditory and visual information. And the strategy to be used is to use appropriate sign and hand gestures. Strategies include tactile modeling, mutual tactile attention, and the use of a hand-under-hand approach to interactions. Most children with deep blindness have residual in hearing and vision. The third one is the specific learning disability. The specific learning disability means a disorder in one or more of the basic psychological processes involved in understanding or in using language, spoken or even in written, that may manifest itself in the imperfect ability to listen, to think, and to speak, even reading and writing, spell, or do calculation. The strategies to be used in settings is to break learning tasks into small steps, probe regularly to check understanding, provide regular quality feedback, present information visually and verbally, to use diagrams, graphics, and pictures to support instruction, provide independent practice to model what you want students to do. The next one is the deafness condition. The deafness is hearing loss, and deafness means a person who is not able to hear as well as someone with normal hearing. Hearing the result of 20 dB or better in both ears is said to have hearing loss. It can affect ear or both ears and leads to difficulty in hearing conversational speech or loud sounds. And the strategies to be used in a teaching discussion is to speak naturally and clearly. Remember, speaking louder won't help. Do not exaggerate your lip movements, but slowing down a little may help some students use facial expressions, gestures, and body language to help convey your message, but always remember, but don't overdo it. The next one is the developmental delay. A developmental delay refers to a child who has not gained the developmental skills expected to him or her compared to others of the same age. Delays may occur in the areas of motor function, speech and language, cognitive, play, and social skills. The strategy is to explicitly teach life skills related to daily living and self-care. Break down each skills into steps. Use visual schedules with pictures or even icons to demonstrate each steps. Plan experiences that are relevant to the child worlds. And lastly, find ways to apply skills to other settings such as field trips and other activities. The next one is other health impairment. Means that includes a range of conditions such as having limited strength, vitality, or alertness due to acute health problems. And I think that the strategies to help students who have this kind of condition is to teach the students specific techniques for organizing their thoughts and materials, organize the classroom accordingly, and keep all materials in permanent location for easy access, allow extra time for finishing assessment or testing, For more complex activities, simplify steps to make them more manageable. The next one is the emotional disturb. Emotional disturb means inappropriate type of behaviors or feeling under normal circumstances. A general pervasive mood of unhappiness or depressions. A tendency to develop physical symptoms or fears associated with personal or school problems. The term emotional disturbance includes schizophrenia. And I think that the strategies are keep class rules or even activities simple and clear. Reward positive behaviors, allow for mini breaks, fair treatment for all, and lastly, use motivational strategies. The next one is the speech language impairment. Speech language impairment, simply speech or language impairment means a communication disorder such as stuttering, impaired articulation, a language impairment, or a voice impairment that adversely affects a child's educational performance. The strategies to be used is to encourage and accept all forms of communication. Be conscious of your own communication styles. Teach active listening skills. Give time to think and respond to questions. Use sound discrimination exercises. Help with sequencing and word order. Build vocabulary, and lastly, help build self-esteem. The next one is the traumatic brain injury. The traumatic brain injury happens when a sudden external physical assault damages the brain. It is one of the most common causes of disability and death in adults. Strategies is to provide ample time for task completion. Students with traumatic brain injuries often need extra time to process information and complete tasks, as well as to respond to verbal cues and instructor questions. Encourage the use of schedules, checklists, and notebooks to assist in organizing daily information. The next one is the orthopedic impairments, means a severe orthopedic impairment that adversely affects a child's educational performance, and also includes impairments caused by any following such as congenital anomalies such as clubfoot or absence of a limb. The second example is disease such as poliomyelitis or bone tuberculosis and other causes. And the strategies is to special sitting arrangement to develop useful posture and movements. Second one is to instruction, focus on development of gross and fine motor skills. Third, securing suitable and argumentative communication and other assistive devices. Lastly is to awareness of medical condition and its effect on the student, such as getting tired quickly. The next one is the visual impairment. The visual impairment, also known as vision impairment or vision loss, is a decrease of ability to see to a degree that causes problems not fixable by usual means, such as glasses. Some also include those who have a decreased ability to see because they do not have access to glasses or contact lens. And the strategies are encourage the students to use visual aids or resources that have been prescribed. For example, glasses, magnifiers, big print books, and etc. The second one is the student should or suggestible to appropriately in the classroom, in the middle or in front. And last one is make sure that the lighting is suitable. The last one is the multiple disabilities. Multiple disabilities is a broad umbrella term meaning simply that the student has more than one disability. Children with multiple disabilities have a combination of more than one disability, such as intellectual disability, mobility issues, visual or auditory deficits, language delay, brain injury, and more. And the strategies to be suggested is to first and foremost believe in them. Have a 4 years plan. Work together with team members. Develop group goals. Work directly and often with the students and their paraprofessionals. And lastly, wait for the students' response. The second one is the next one is the hearing impairment. Hearing loss, also called hearing impairment, make it hard to hear or understand the sounds. This happens when there is a problem with one or more parts of the ear. The nerves coming from the ears or the hearing part of the brain, but hearing loss may come on slowly over time or show up later in life. And the strategies are encourage students with a hearing loss to sit themselves toward the front of the lecture chatter where they will have an unobstructed line of vision. The second one is use assistive listening device such as induction loops if these are available in the lecture chatter. The last one is ensure that any background noise is minimized. The last category is autism. Autism is a developmental disorder of variable severity that is characterized by difficulty in social interaction and communication and by restricted or repetitive patterns of thought and behavior. And the strategies are avoid sensory overload. Students with autism can be distracted by unexpected things in their environment, such as bright lights, smell, and sounds. Second is use visual. Be predictable, use concrete language, teach social skills directly, treat students as individuals. And those are the 14 categories of different disabilities under IDEA. Once again, I am Angelo Sangabol, your future educator from Bachelor of Technology and Livelihood Education, Section D. Thank you.